Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Wattpad Book Club. I'm your host, Phoenix, and today I got my lovely friend over here. I got Joline back.
Hi!
I missed you for Christmas. That's all I asked for Christmas was my wife under the Christmas tree, and I woke up and you weren't there, and I was really sad.
That's crazy.
Yeah. It's fine. It's whatever. I'll get over it. I'm so happy.
We back. We are back.
We are back, and we're back with Bowluigi once again.
Bowluigi. Bowluigi.
Dude, we're at like 18 parts. This is the longest thing I've ever. This is longer than some LPs I've done on the channel.
Oh gosh.
Yeah. That's not saying a lot, because that's like longer than the Wii Sports stuff and like the Luigi's Mansion, so like... But like...
What's your longest LP?
I would have to check the analytics, like with playlist. For game-wise, okay, technically it will be Wattpad Book Club, because that shit has like hundreds of episodes. But like Let's Play-wise, I do not know off the top of my head. I had to look at like the playlists and like see what has like a shit ton. Then I'm like, yo, 30. That's not mine. It might be Thousand Year Door with 48 episodes.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Oh, Pokemon Black, 56 episodes, and that's the longest one I've ever done. So if we do like 30-ish more Bowluigi ones, we'll get there.
Depends on. I don't think we'll get there. Maybe like 15 more.
Yeah. It'll beat out some of the LPs. It won't be top one though.
Ah, a shame. I'll find a longer one next time.
Oh jeez. More complicated words I don't know how to pronounce sometimes.
It's okay, Fiki. You're learning. You're adding more things to the vocab.
Me and my reading comprehension during video games would be actually good. Maybe I can read and do dialogue. But yeah, we're back with Bowluigi. Do we remember what happened last time? It's been a hot minute.
Oh, you know what happened.
Oh wait, Mario thinks that Luigi likes someone. I mean, that's right. And also, didn't Bowser have to go do a gladiator thing with Daisy?
Yes, that was the thing.
Sorry, I just went back to like, oh my god, his brother finds out that he got a crush on someone. Little does he know it's the literal king.
Hold on, let me know what chapter are we on, because it sent me back to Jean asking Kai to hear her out.
It says chapter 36 for me, choosing a side.
Okay, gotcha.
Okay.
Perfect.
Was that the one that you were at?
No, I was on 34.
Damn, they sent you back in time to the first Thanksgiving.
To take turkeys off the menu.
That's right. We're going back in time. I'm surprised I didn't make that joke during Thanksgiving. I'm ashamed of myself.
Tragic.
Yeah. Alright, where's my coin at? Found it. Alright, would you like to be heads or tails?
Tails.
Alright. Sorry, I got this. I was like, why is all this red shit that's on the coin? Would you say tails?
Yeah.
Okay. It's tails! Congratulations!
Okay.
Relax,
The city
Joline.
below. Huh?
I was like, relax, Joline, it's just a book.
Oh, gosh. But that gets me hella emotional.
I know, I'm sorry. So don't hyperventilate.
The city below slumbered as a streak of blue dashed overhead, stirring a few of its inhabitants from their dreams. Editen, exhausted and feeling as though their very shell was aflame, sped towards the airships. Finally, reaching the main vessel, they leaned heavily against the mast, gasping for air. Despite their dizzying fatigue, they mustered the strength to sprint towards Kamek Steady, praying he was there. Navigating the decks with a near stumble, they burst through the door. Kamek, startled from his slumber at the desk, nearly toppled from his chair. After a moment to gather himself, he began to scold Ideten. However, once he got his glasses back in place, he ceased his arguments, for they were falling on deaf ears, literally. The Magic Koopa stood up. Ideten, where have you been? He signed. Ideten removed their helmet, reaching into it for trembling hands. With an unsteady gait, they placed a folded note on the desk before collapsing. Rushing to their side, Kamek checked their condition. Ideten was out cold, drained of all energy. Gently, Kamek moved them to a nearby couch. Turning his attention to the note, Kamek sensed unease despite feeling no dark magic. Steeling himself, he opened it. Inside was a hand-drawn image. Morton, Kamek, and infant Bowser. The attention to detail was frightening, meaning that whoever drew this had to have seen them up close. Shock washed over them as he noticed the signature at the bottom. He knew that handwriting anywhere. Pops? A voice broke through his thoughts, and Kamek's tears flowed freely. He turned to see Bowser, standing in the doorway, his snout caked with dried blood. Despite wanting to speak, Kamek trembled in shock. Bowser stepped closer, concern etched on his features. What's going on? Luigi sat on the balcony, a warm drink in his hands, and his mind raced a million miles an hour. His dream last night was one filled with warmth. He remembered hearing a deep, soothing voice whispering sweet nothings in his ear. Red eyes looking at him with love. It was the first time in years he had a dream. It had been a gorgeous thing, but the more he thought about it, the more bittersweet it was becoming. Her anxiety was his constant companion. As much as Luigi wanted to, he could just go tell Bowser how he felt. For one, he was a king. A sovereign over an entire country. Aren't there protocols that he would need to follow? Do's and don'ts of dates. Luigi didn't want their relationship to be dictated by rules. He imagined the weight of protocol and expectation pressing down on him, threatening to suffocate any chance of genuine connection. And what about him? Luigi was, in many ways, just a regular guy. Sure, normal people can't shoot lightning, but his entire family lived under the same roof and worked normal jobs. He got into college not because he was the next Einstein, but because he worked hard enough to earn a scholarship. Luigi chose plumbing as his career. His background was as humble as it could get. Would he even be able to handle a lavish lifestyle that came with dating a king? Could he navigate the mannerisms, the politics, and all that came with that? Adding to his already frazzled nerves, Luigi wasn't sure how to bring up the fact that he was trans. It was something deeply personal that he felt he wanted to share with Bowser. If the king felt comfortable sharing his past, Luigi wanted to show that he could do the same. Plus, if Bowser did reciprocate his feelings, how would he explain that to Mario? Luigi shook his head and took a sip of his drink, ignoring the shakiness in his hands. He breathed in deeply and exhaled. Let's just take one thing at a time, to uncomplicate things, as Mario had put it. The best course of action was to confess and get it over with. Luigi could tackle whatever came afterward. If Bowser said he wasn't ready, Luigi would respect that. And if he would accept his feelings, Luigi would be bouncing off the walls with joy. Plus, Bowser could guide him through anything related to politics. As for Mario, he had promised to be supportive. It might take some time, but he'd given Luigi his word. The human walked back inside and put his empty cup down. He stretched his arms and cracked his back. He should set out to the camp and get there before the blazing afternoon sun came up. Knock knock. Luigi stopped mid-stretch and looked at the door. He didn't recall asking for servants or anything. It would seem strange for someone to knock on his door. Luigi grabbed the cap from one of the chairs and answered the door. To his surprise, Toad stood behind it, a frown on his face. Luigi's surprise morphed into concern as he took in Toad's expression. The usually jovial mushroom-headed friend seemed troubled, a stark contrast to his usual cheerful demeanor. Toad, what's wrong? Luigi asked, stepping aside to let his friend in. Toad shuffled around, his eyes darting around nervously before finally meeting Luigi's gaze. Under orders from Princess Peach, I am to escort you to the Mushroom Kingdom. Luigi's eyes widened. What? Why? He stammered. I don't know. The princess wishes to see you. She didn't tell me why. Luigi looked down, trying to understand. Peach wanted to see him in person and even sent a messenger to directly seek him out. Furthermore, she didn't give him an explanation for why. Toad's concerned, almost frightened expression was not helping. Oh, okay, let me grab something, really, he said. He quickly walked back through the penthouse living room and up to his room. Luigi paced around in the private space, wringing his hands. For one insane moment, he considered running away. If Peach was being so secretive, it could only mean she found out she was looking into her past. He didn't want to have that conversation. The fact that he was investigating her for covering something up, yet found nothing, was not a good image, but on the other hand, Luigi was tired. Tired of not knowing what to think and all these damn secrets. Luigi walked towards the cabinet and opened the top drawer. He shifted some clothes around and found his journal. In it were his observations and information he gathered from the Darklands. Pieces of history he learned about the other kingdoms. Everything. As Luigi flipped through the worn pages of his journal, his mind swirled with conflicting thoughts. The weight of his discoveries bore down on him like a heavy cloak, suffocating him with the burden of secrets he carried. He had always been the quieter, more reserved person, content to let others take the spotlight. But now, thrust into a world of intrigue and deception, Luigi found himself grappling with his own doubts and fears. Peach's enigmatic behavior only fueled his suspicions, dredging up memories of their shared past and the unspoken tension that simmered beneath the surface. Was she truly the benevolent ruler she appeared to be, or was there something darker lurking under her regal facade? With a heavy sigh, Luigi closed the journal and leaned against the cabinet, his thoughts a tangled mess of uncertainty and doubt. He knew he couldn't keep running from the truth, no matter how much it scared him. If he wanted to uncover the secrets that threatened to tear the kingdom apart, he would have to confront them head-on, even if it meant facing the consequences of his own actions. For the truth would liberate everybody. Peach, Bowser, Daisy, and the other rulers of the allied kingdoms. Life could move on peacefully and healthily. Luigi clenched his jaw and pocketed the journal. He untied the sleeves of his jumpsuit from his waist and slipped them back on. After straightening his appearance, he headed back downstairs to Toad. The fungal being sighed. All right, let's get this over with, he said. Luigi clutched his journal in his pocket and nodded. If he spoke, he might lose his nerve and abandon his insane plan. Toad, visibly gripping his staff, walked out of the quarters, and Luigi followed silently. They traveled through the halls, ignoring the curious look of passers-by. It must have looked strange to see a servant of the Mushroom Kingdom escorting Luigi through Daisy's palace. After some time, they passed a courtyard, and several guards trained with each other. The whacking of staffs as they fought filled the air. Mario fought against a Shy, struggling to block their attacks with his shield and retaliate with his blade. It was surreal seeing him struggle in such a simple form of combat, considering his adversary was shorter than him and wearing a mask. Luigi quickened his pace, trying to move away without being spotted. However, he wasn't very successful in this. Luigi blocked an attack, then bolted after him. Hey Luigi, where are you going? He asked. Toad rubbed the back of his neck. He's got a meeting with Princess Peach, he replied. Oh, give me a sec to clean up and I'll follow. Mario, she wants to see Luigi and only him. Luigi bit the inside of his cheek. He could feel the weight of Mario's gaze on him, heavy with curiosity and perhaps a hint of suspicion. He knew his brother well enough to recognize that Mario wouldn't let this go easily. Luigi would certainly be interrogated once he came back, if he's able to do so. Toad shifted uncomfortably beside them, clearly torn between loyalty to the princess and the bond he shared with the Mario brothers. Yeah, sorry Mario, it's just something about a private matter. You know how it is. Mario's expression softened, understanding dawning in his eyes. He nodded slowly, though the tension in his shoulders didn't entirely dissipate. Right, no problem. Tell Peach I said hi, Luigi. Relief flooded through Luigi, grateful that Mario hadn't pressed further. I will. Thanks, bro. With a final glance over his shoulder, Luigi and Toad hurried away, leaving Mario behind in the courtyard. He quickened his pace, eager to reach the castle and fulfill his duty to Princess Peach, but unable to shake the uneasy feeling gnawing at him. The warp trip to Mushroom Kingdom was quiet. The Toads continued on their merry way, taking care of their shops and enjoying the warm day, oblivious to the tension within the newly arrived duo. Part of Luigi envied the obliviousness. They quickly crossed town and up the hill where Peach's castle stood. The guards quickly let them through. As they walked through the halls, Luigi steeled himself, in his current state of mind. The castle seemed to have lost all warmth. He felt as though he was willingly walking to the cave of a beast. Shadows seemed to creep around him, and some of the servants whispered to each other as they passed. Toad guided him to the throne room, and once they arrived, he leaned against his staff. "Oh, we're here," he said. "Yeah." Toad stared at him with apprehension and fear. Then he turned around. "Good luck," he said while running away. Luigi took a deep breath, trying to steady his frightened nerves. He just had to go in there and confront Peach, that's all. The time for secrets and lies was over. With a shaky hand, Luigi pushed open the heavy doors to the front throne room. Princess Peach sat on her throne with Toadsworth and Toadette by her side. Something about her seemed wrong. The feeling only grew as Luigi got closer and noticed she was wearing a face veil, blocking the lower half face from view. The brooch on her chest kept switching between blue, red, and gray. As Luigi approached, his heart pounded in his chest like a drum. He tried to swallow down the lump in his throat, but he felt like he was choking on his own apprehension. Princess Peach's presence, usually a source of comfort, now felt foreboding, wrapped in an aura of mystery. Luigi stopped at the bottom of the throne steps and looked up at the monarch, noticing the disappointment and anger in her eyes. But the one that should be disappointed was him. Luigi had caught her in a lie, a very serious one, and she was standing before him as if she'd done nothing wrong, that his actions were unjustifiable and hers were. "Luigi, do you know why I called you today?" The man tightened his grip on his journal. "I have an idea," he replied. "And what is that?" "We're not going to play these games," Luigi snapped. "This is your castle. I'm sure you should know everything that happens here." Peach's eyes widened slightly at his response. Luigi struggled to contain the anger bubbling within him. She had left the Darklands to die. She had terminated the peace negotiations, covered it up, and then had the audacity to preach about peace and unity. Originally, Luigi intended to remain neutral about the situation after all. His feelings for Bowser and his outsider status meant he might not fully understand the circumstances, but seeing Peach's accusatory stare and the way she covered her face infuriated him. Luigi knew relations between the two kingdoms were rough, but the opportunity for peace had been right there, and she had rejected it. "Fine. Since you would like to be up front, I will oblige." "Luigi, I'm aware you have developed feelings for Bowser." "What? That's what you wanted to confront him about? Not the fact that he's been investigating her for tampering with the kingdom's history and trying to find out the reason behind it all?" Luigi's mind whirled with confusion and disbelief. This was not at all what he'd expected. He had braced himself for accusation of treachery, betrayal, or some impending doom threatening the kingdom, but Peach's revelation about his feelings for Bowser left him speechless. "I don't see how that's any of your business," Luigi stammered, struggling to make sense of the situation. He wasn't denying the fact that it was true. He didn't care what that made him look like. Toadsworth and Toadette gasped in shock and turned to the princess. Peach's gaze remained steady. Her expression unreadable behind the veil. "It's relevant, Luigi. Your personal feelings could cloud your judgment or could be used against you, especially when it comes to matters of the kingdom's security." "Kingdom security? What are you talking about?" Luigi snapped. You are one of this kingdom's protectors, Peach said, raising her voice slightly. How do I know that you aren't going to expose our weaknesses to Bowser? You lied once already, and now I've caught you in another one. Luigi put a hand on his chest. Why would I ever do that? Number one, most importantly, he would never ask me to do that. And on the impossible chance that he does, I'd never agree to it. Peach stood from her throne, her brooch on her chest darkened. She spread her arms. You're not understanding how truly despicable he is. He stole the Power Stars, the life force of the Seven Kingdoms. 7. People got hurt, lost their homes. And he feels guilty about it all, Luigi replied. He hates the monster he became during those moments, and he will punish himself and carry the guilt with him for the rest of his life, which is why he's changing. Bowser never wants to hurt people again. Toadsworth stepped forward. Are you seriously excusing his actions? Just because you love him? I'm not excusing his actions, Luigi retorted, his voice tinged with irritation. But I believe in redemption. Bowser made mistakes, yes, but he's also shown remorse and a genuine desire to change. The princess visibly clenched her fist. Luigi's frustrations and anger were mounting. For this conversation should not be having, for he has not done anything wrong. His love for Bowser has harmed no one. Furthermore, Peach shouldn't have pried into his emotions with her magic. Luigi took a deep breath, squeezing his eyes shut before opening them again. I know that I may seem untrustworthy now, but please believe me when I say I would never do anything that could potentially danger the Mushroom Kingdom. But you would, Peach said, suddenly standing very close to him. Luigi screamed and stumbled back, tripping over his feet. He dropped his journal as he fell and didn't bother grabbing for it as he scrambled backward. Princess Peach took a step forward, her heel tapping the journal's cover. Luigi. He sent his wife to murder my parents. He used her love for him as a tool and sent her to destroy everything my family has built for generations. The man's eyes darkened and shocked. It all made sense now. Senna wanted nothing more to bring an end to peace negotiations, to tear everything the Koopa family had worked so hard to accomplish. Peach had the story backward. The true culprit of her parents' tragic fate was not Bowser, but the treacherous queen of the Darklands. Yes, he did, she said. I could feel your denial. He is that horrible and unredeemable. Toadsworth and Toadette quickly walked down the stairs. Her advisor grabbed her hand. Princess Peach, that is enough. Peach turned coldly to them. He needs to know. Otherwise, he would be another one of Bowser's lovers turned assassin. Her voice lacked any trace of emotion, almost as if she was in a trance. Peach's eyes were dull, and her brooch radiated nothing but darkness. She didn't love him, Luigi whispered. Luigi slowly stood to his feet. The air within the throne room felt like static. The smell of ozone suddenly overwhelmed them. He stared at Peach, a faint glow in his eyes. Senna did not commit such crimes because Bowser asked her to. She was a psycho who wanted to throw the world into chaos. Luigi, he lied to you. Unlike you, I actually got to know Bowser. Luigi retorted through gritted teeth. I know her true nature. Everyone in the Darklands lived in fear because of her. She used her son as a living shield, and he wasn't even born yet. You want to talk about lying? Look in the mirror, because you've lied to your allies, your citizens, to everyone about the Darklands. Peach's eyes widened and regained some color. She took a few steps back frantically. Toadsworth stood between them and commanded Luigi to stop. The human brushed him aside as he approached her, pointing a finger at her. You told your entire kingdom that your parents were sick, that they passed away from natural causes, and yet here you are, telling me that they were assassinated. Toadette grabbed his leg. Luigi, stop! No! He yelled. You're standing there, telling me Bowser's not to be trusted, that he's this awful guy, when he's a victim of all of this as well. Zeno hurt him, physically and mentally, and from the looks of it, she hurt you too. His anger towards Peach shifted towards Zeno. That goddamn snake may no longer walk this earth, but she had somehow managed on hurting so many people, and she could not get away with it. Luigi's words hung heavy in the air, each syllable a sharp indictment of the tangled web of lies and deceit that had ensnared them all. Peach's facade of composure shattered, her shoulders slumping as the weight of her secrets bore down on her. "You don't understand," she whispered, her voice barely audible over the crackle of energy in the air. "I had to protect them. I had to protect everyone." But Luigi's resolve remained unyielding. He had seen too much, suffered too greatly, to accept half-truths and deception any longer. "Protect them from what, Peach?" he demanded, his voice echoing from a steely determination. "From the truth? She tricked you. She tricked everyone and put the blame on Bowser. And she's going to continue if you don't stop and listen to me." "Luigi, you're talking nonsense," Toadsworth interjected. "Queen Steno was here on official orders. They were forged. She stole some seals before she was exiled from the Darklands for threatening Bowser Jr. As he spoke, he pointed to the journal at Peach's feet. The princess backed away from it like it was some sort of repellent. Luigi walked over and retrieved it. "I've been looking into this myself, because things weren't adding up. The fact that no one knows anything about the Darklands, your behavior during the first trial," he said. "I don't want to believe that you were capable of turning your back on a kingdom in need, not without a reason. And Bowser opened up to me about Steno." "Stop," Peach whispered. "Communications between Mushroom and Darklands were going well," he persisted. "Am I wrong?" Toadette stepped forward. "No." Peach and Toadsworth turned to her, betrayal on their features. The mycelium woman fiddled with her pigtails and avoided eye contact. Luigi tapped on his journal. "The truth is all in here. Please, just listen. I know you're convinced that what you saw is reality, but it wasn't. This is all just some twisted master plan, and you've sadly fallen for it." The princess froze at the feet of her throne steps, visibly clutching her skirts. Toadette scrambled towards Luigi and hid behind him, holding onto his leg. "Something's wrong with her. Please, she can't keep going like this," she whispered. Hearing the concern dripping from her voice frightened him, and Luigi turned to Peach. Who stared at them with empty eyes. Toadsworth stood tensely by, unsure of what to say. Luigi took a deep breath, his heart pounding in his chest. He knew he had to break through that fog that clouded Peach's mind. The same fog that ensnared so many others. "Peach, please, trust me," he implored, holding his journal up like a shield. For a moment, the throne room was filled with a tense silence, and then... "Guards!" Peach's order cut through the air like a knife. Her voice was so loud that Luigi dropped his journal to cover his ears. The side doors to the throne room came the soldiers, armed with halberds. They gathered by the princess's side, their weapons pointed at them. Toadette screamed at the sight. Luigi put a protective hand on her and backed closer to the door. Princess Peach reached for the veil and ripped it off, revealing ominous marks on her face. A crack formed in her brooch. She stared apathetically at them. "Take Luigi and Toadette to the dungeon." "Yes, Your Majesty." They moved in sync to encircle them. Luigi quickly raised a hand and shot a beam of lightning towards the nearest window, shattering it. The guards, along with Toadsworth, screamed and moved away from the falling glass. Seizing the opportunity, Luigi grabbed Toadette, kicked open the doors, and bolted out of the throne room. The castle corridors echoed with the sound of rapid footsteps. Luigi adjusted Toadette onto his back and continued breaking down door after door, weaving left and right to evade the guards. He could hear the guards and Peach running after them, shouting at him to stop. Luigi sprinted down a flight of stairs and headed straight to a nearby doorway. The door opened. Toad made his presence known. "Come on, this way!" As the human hoisted Toadette onto his shoulder, they dashed the door and found themselves standing behind the castle. Surrounded by lush foliage and towering mushrooms, they quickly realized their secluded location. Toad swiftly shut the door and led the way down a well-worn path. With Luigi right on his heels, the trio hurried to put as much distance between themselves and Peach's castle. Luigi's breath came in a ragged gasp as he struggled to maintain pace with Toad, with Toadette clinging tightly onto his back. The dense foliage and towering mushrooms provided some much-needed cover, but As soon as they lost sight of the castle, as they descended a hill, they sought refuge beneath a cluster of bushes. Luigi fell to his knees, desperately gasping for air. Toadette slid off his back, trembling with fear. Meanwhile, Toad leaned heavily on his staff, his breath coming in ragged gasps. "What in the world is happening?" he managed to exclaim between breath. Toadette managed to regain her footing, her voice quavering in fear. "We need to find a place to hide," she said. "I know just the place," Luigi responded, "but neither of you are going to like it." Both mushroom citizens looked at him with a mix of apprehension and dread. As Luigi sat up and removed his cap to wipe away his sweat, he let out a heavy sigh. "We can seek refuge with Bowser. He needs to be informed on what's going on, and he might be able to help." "Hell no!" Toad interjected, voice filled with defiance. Luigi gazed up at Toad, his eyes widening in surprise. He had never heard Toad curse before. Hold on. I'm sorry, my brain just supplied the thought. If Toad said hell no, does that mean there is a heaven in the Mushroom Kingdom and hell? Does that mean they had a Jesus? Does that mean some Toad was crucified on the... Toad Jesus was crucified!
Yeah, they have...
Waluigi! Wait!
Oh my god, it's all connected!
Oh my god! Full circle these past 2 years! Almost 3 years. Waluigiism has come back. Oh, jeez. I'm sorry. I really fucked up my flow, but I'm almost done.
It's all good.
Luigi gazed up at Toad, his eyes widening in surprise. He had never heard Toad curse before, and the fear in his voice was unmistakable. The Mushroom Man crossed his arms and exclaimed, "Your suggestion that we seek help from the guy who caused all of this?" Luigi jumped to his feet, his voice raised his defense. "He hasn't done anything!" Toad and Toadette visibly flinched at Luigi's tone. Frustrated, Luigi ran a hand through his hair and continued, "We wouldn't be fleeing from Peach if she just stopped denying the truth. No, in fact, we wouldn't be in this mess if she hadn't lied." Toad tilted his head in confusion. "Lied about what?" Luigi paused his outburst, taking a moment to gather himself. He drew in a deep breath, attempting to calm his racing heart. The weight of unspoken words lingered heavily on his tongue, but his urgency to reach Sarasaland and confront Bowser took precedence. He knew that understanding what Steno had truly done was crucial. It would enable them to explain the situation to Peach and finally put an end to the turmoil. The human side. I'll explain everything later, but let's just get to Sarasaland. After that? Toad asked shakily. Luigi crossed his arms and paused to think. A feat incredibly difficult because of his fear. If he'd marched into Sarasaland with 2 citizens of the Mushroom Kingdom to see Bowser and Princess Daisy, Daisy got wind of it, he could misunderstand the situation. And the last thing Luigi wanted right now was to get himself into more trouble. But if they went straight to Daisy, they could start the process of clearing Bowser's name. We try and get a meeting with Daisy, Luigi replied. Toad rested his staff across his shoulders. That's better, he said. Come on, we don't have much time before Pete starts sending guards into town. Warp pipe should be clear at this hour. The group started to walk through the dense foliage. As they navigated through this thick undergrowth, their steps quickened with the sense of urgency. The canopy overhead filtered the moonlight, casting eerie shadows across their path. Luigi couldn't shake the feeling of unease gnawing at his gut, his mind racing with the potential consequences of their plan. Toadette wrung her hands. Couldn't Princess Peach just send guards into Sarasaland? Surely she'd know that's where Luigi would be heading, she asked. Luigi stepped over a log. Once we're in Sarasaland, we fall under Daisy's jurisdiction, right? He pointed out. I don't think Peach would have the power to arrest us there. So let's try not to get caught before then, Toad said. Neither said anything as they traversed the forest and found a back road. Luigi felt the weight settle on his shoulders, the burden of responsibility heavy upon him. He had started this quest for truth, driven by a sense of duty to his friends and his kingdom. Now, as they ventured towards Toad Town, The sense of duty burned within him like a guiding flame. For if Peach didn't want to liberate herself, he would do it for her.
This was so fucking good. Holy shit. I have a little theory.
Okay, what's your theory?
Well, it said that when Luigi went into the throne room, her brooch was like flashing different colors, which I'm not caught up with a lot of Mario lore, so I didn't know it could do that. I thought it was always blue. But then they said that she was wearing a veil over her mouth, and I was like, "Whoa, she's never done that before." And then when they said that she doesn't wear that. But when they said when they removed, there were some weird cracks. I think that she's possessed. Because I think that snake bitch is still alive on that stupid fucking island. And she has found a way to, like, take over Peach's mind. Because she probably knew some shit that Luigi or, like her plan was falling through. That, like, they're going to realize sooner or later that they were going to realize the truth. And that she had a nip in the butt.
What did you say?
What?
What was the metaphor you used just now?
What, nip it in the butt?
No. Wrong.
Is that not the right metaphor?
I mean, the metaphor, you're saying it wrong. It's nip it in the bud.
Oh. Nip it in the bud. Sorry.
You nip, like, it's like a plant. You nip the bud of a plant to stop it from growing.
My bad.
How long have you been saying nip in the bud?
I don't know. Probably maybe I just heard it wrong. And that's how I just thought it was. I'm sorry.
No, I was just curious.
Dude, I'm so fucking excited. I can't wait to butcher all these words. Why is the Phoenix Wright soundtrack on here?
You know what? It'd be like that. Sometimes it's necessary.
It's the Miles Edgeworth Investigations. I really want to play it to see what song, but I don't want to get copyrighted. So I'll just...
You'll get copyrighted for that?
Yeah. Like, if it's played way too loudly, I can get, like, a little, like, sharing revenue thing.
That's stupid.
Yeah. It is. Alright, regrouping. Oh my god. I can't fucking wait, dog. Alright. Luigi stealthily navigated the back streets of Toad Town, traveling behind his companion who scanned for any approaching guards. As they emerged from the alleyway, a few passerby cast curious glances their way, but paid them no further attention. For the time being, at least. It was only a matter of time before the presence of royal guards would alert the townspeople to the unfolding situation. With any luck, they would be able to make their escape before Princess Peach caught wind of their whereabouts. Luigi! The man snapped out of his daydream and focused on the escape. Toad shouldered his backpack. The warpipe station is just through this market and up at the floating platform, he said. Let's make a run for it, Toad had squealed. Quickly nodding in agreement, the trio dashed through the bustling open market, deftly maneuvering around the bustling crowd and colorful vending stalls. Luigi's heart pounded in his chest. The situation they found themselves in was fraught with complexity. The rigorous training he had undergone was the sole reason he was able to outpace Princess Peach. The irony of fleeing from her only added to the surreal nature of the moment. As they sprinted, Luigi's thoughts drifted back to the unsettling events that had transpired in the throne room. The mysterious markings on the princess's face. That's what I'm saying. Her unsettling indifference and even Toadette's palpable fear all weighing heavily on his mind. The gravity of the situation was not lost on him as they raced through the market. Each step brought them closer to an uncertain fate. Something else was at play, a factor they couldn't identify, at least for now. Look out! Something suddenly tackled Luigi's legs, causing him to fall to the ground. A guard swiftly seized his legs while others attempted to restrain his hands. Despite their diminutive size, the Toads overwhelmed him with their sheer numbers. Grinding his teeth, Luigi struggled against their hold and demanded, "Get off of me!" "You're hereby under arrest by order of the princess," the guard declared firmly. The ominous rumble of thunder echoed overhead as dark clouds gathered in the sky. In a swift and calculated move, Luigi raised his hand and summoned a bolt of lightning, using it to startle the guards and create an opportunity for escape. With their grip loosened, Luigi pushed the guards aside and hurried to assist Toad and Toadette. He swiftly removed the guards from Toadette's side and then grabbed both the mushroom folks, leaping over the crowd as he made a beeline for the floating platform. Telling the load, Luigi released his hold on Toad before sprinting towards the warp pipe station. As the trio approached the platform, Luigi swiftly leaped onto it just as it began to ascend. The guards, startled by their presence, shouted and quickly changed course. The trio anxiously observed the guards, taking a moment to catch their breath. Toad, alerted by the approaching threat, wasted no time in acting. He hurled his staff at the guards, striking one of them in the head and causing other ones to falter. My dead ass was like, wait, does this staff have a fucking spear on it that he just fucking
No,
killed?
he just bonking people on the head.
Okay, good. I was like, wow,
he's just good like that.
I was like, wow, he just killed a man. That's crazy.
Toad's always been a bad bitch.
He's serving. This is our stop, he urged them, prompting the trio to jump to safety. Following his orders, Luigi firmly grasped Toadette's hand and swiftly leapt off the platform. As soon as their feet contacted the ground, the trio dashed across the station, causing civilians to yelp and quickly clear a path. After a moment, Luigi paused, catching his breath as he leaned against his knees. "Which one is it?" he asked, gesturing to the many pipes. Toad wiped his brow. "Straight ahead, orange one." "Stop!" Luigi heard Peach's voice and felt a surge of panic and fear. The two Toads ran ahead of him, leading him up to the short flight of stairs before stopping to wait for him, shouting words of encouragement. Despite his fear and exhaustion, Luigi pushed himself to sprint, vaguely aware of Peach's presence behind him. Another wave of adrenaline coursed through him as he realized he could not let her capture him. Not when the truth was on the verge of being exposed. Luigi was determined, like in Undertale, not to let her conceal everything again. "Luigi, stop this madness!" With a final burst of speed, Luigi breached the warp pipe, its iconic noise echoing in his ears. Luigi stumbled on her skirt, just as she was merely feet away from him. Before she could regain her footing, the pipe disintegrated? Into dust. The loud sounds of the capital area of Sarasa Land assaulted his senses. Luigi groaned and slowly sat up. He looked behind him and saw the warp pipe. Without hesitation, he shot a bolt of lightning at it, sending pieces of the magical device flying. Citizens walking by screamed and ran. A plague of guilt swept over him. He didn't mean to cause panic. However, the feeling was short-lived because his name was called by Toad and Toadette. He dusted himself off, yelping as his hand brushed against his elbow. A few dots of blood stained his glove. The fabric of his jumpsuit was ripped from the force, the skin beneath broken. Luigi blinked back the sting, and then jogged towards them. Toad gestured at the rumble. "Was that necessary?" he asked. Luigi pulled down his cap. "It's just insurance," he replied, along with... He patted his pocket, and then patted the other one. "Oh, motherfucker!" All the evidence held within was left behind in the kingdom that he intended to expose. Luigi let out some deranged giggles as he turned to the sounds of despair as he clawed at his hair. Toadette cowered away from him. "What's wrong?" she asked. "I dropped the journal," he revealed. "You what?" Toad shrugged. "What's the big deal?" Returning to reality, Luigi retrieved the two mushrooms and began making his way out of the marketplace. He knew he needed to address one issue at a time. The Imperial Guard would soon be arriving to investigate the lightning strike and destruction of the warp pipe. Luigi and his companions needed to meet with Daisy before the guard arrived, in hopes that the Crown Princess and the Emperor would be able to forgive him. Maneuvering through the bustling crowd, the trio made their way directly to the palace. Upon reaching the gates, the Imperial Guards halted Luigi's progress. While Luigi proposed the necessary clearance to enter, his companions did not. The woman implored the guards, explaining the urgency of their need to speak with the rulers. Surprisingly, one of the guards, though duty-bound to refuse, relented and granted them passage to the throne room. The group collectively breathed a sigh of relief and obediently followed the guard. As Luigi watched, he struggled to keep his growing anxiety in check. He fiddled with his glove, matching the intensity of his thoughts. Would Princess Daisy trust him, even without the journal? Would his limited influence be significant?
Sufficient.
Oh, sufficient. Wait, I'm just remembering with the fucking the gladiator fight. Bowser was trying to talk to her, so she might be actually influenced. Joline, I can't wait. I'm gnawing at my enclosure. However, even if she did believe and confront Princess Peach, nothing was preventing the ruler of the Mushroom Kingdom from using the journal to undermine him. Luigi chastised himself once more. He had taken great care not to misplace his journal, yet in his state of panic, he had done exactly that. However, he found solace in the presence of Toadette. She appeared to possess the wealth of knowledge regarding Princess Peach's condition, making her the only one capable of providing answers and, deciphering the mystery markings of the princess's face. Something, we're here. The guard motioned towards the grand door, though which voices reverberated. One voice in particular immediately captured Luigi's attention. Disregarding etiquette and formalities, he swiftly pushed open the door upon hearing the snippets of conversation. Listen, this isn't a scheme. Bowser's here. It's cinema. Bowser fell silent as the door slammed open. With a fierce gleam in his eyes, Luigi strutted into the throne room, bringing with him the unmistakable scent of the ozone. Emperor Rourke? Was that a
Yeah, I always go Rourke.
Rourke.
Yeah.
It's a York patty. Seated on his throne, was visibly taken back, as was Daisy, who sat beside him. The Koopa King watched in astonishment as Luigi approached him. Rourke raised an eyebrow in curiosity. What's going on here? He asked. I would ask you the same thing, Luigi snapped. I allow you for one day, and I find him practically begging for assistance. Haven't you been cruel enough? The ruler of the Sarasa land reached for his mask and gently removed it, revealing a weathered face beneath. His eyes, a deep maroon, met Luigi's gaze as he sat on his throne. I apologize for the misunderstanding, he said. You are right. Even if we were just being cautious, we shouldn't have done it to the extent that we did. Bowser rubbed the back of his neck. It's fine. No, it's not. Luigi interrupted. Oh my god, this is that Siren. It's like that fucking meme where he's like, he asked for no pickles on his burger. Daisy stood up and walked down the throne stairs. Luigi's right, she said. Father, if you allow me, I am willing to accompany Bowser's rescue team. Luigi's expression softened. Rescue team? A rescue mission? That too, fuck. Emperor York waved his hand. Permission granted. I trust your judgment. Furthermore, the king's claims are too heavy to be fake. Emperor York, with his mask rested on his armrest, inquired of Luigi, How may I assist you, and why do you have two of my niece's citizens with you? Bowser gently pulled Luigi's back as Daisy exited the throne room. The Koopa King then noticed the two toads cowering near a pillar, visibly shaking. Had the Emperor not pointed them out, Bowser would have been completely overlooking them. Luigi's previous bravo display as he redirected his attention. He nervously wrung his hands. Well, I have some news about Princess Peach, he said. Rourke stood up. What sort of news? As I tried to scroll. I believe it would be best to discuss that with Toadette over there, Luigi said. The Emperor Sarasilan turned towards the pink figure, visibly steeling himself before descending from his throne. Pausing briefly next to Bowser, he gazed up at the imposing figure before him. The trial will take place in 3 days. Have you prepared? Yes. York approached the toads, allowing them to hide within his cape. Very well, King Bowser, he said. I hope your words hold truth, for it seems even my niece is keeping me in the dark. For those profound words, Emperor Ryok dismissed them from the throne room. The Koopa King graciously thanked the Emperor with a deep bow before exiting the room, pulling a bewildering Luigi along with him. As the doors closed behind him, and they moved further away, Bowser released his grip on Luigi. The human raised his hands. Okay, what just happened? He asked. The king wasted no time in addressing the current situation, his anxiety palpable. His sole desire was to resolve the issue at hand and be reunited with his mother. Since the age of 15, he had come to terms with the loss of his parents in battle, and now everything seemed to be flux. Questions swirled in his mind. Was his father with her? Had he also survived the attack? How did she end up in Sarasa Land, and for what reason? The king grappled with these uncertainties, desperate for answers. After a brief moment, he concluded his exclamation. Luigi stood frozen in shock, his mouth open and closed as he grappled with the information Bowser had just disclosed. His mind raced to comprehend the unexpected news. Finally, he found his voice. Bowser, that's a lot to take in, he said. Are you sure this is your mother? Bowser nodded.
You literally had it. You literally have it.
And factually?
Emphatically.
His typical stern demeanor giving way to a mix of emotions. Kamek presented him with the picture that could only be drawn by his mother. Bowser has seen her handwriting enough times to recognize it instantly. The intricate details of the image could only be done by her. It was likely one of the few possessions she held on to, hoping that one day she would be able to see her family into the flesh. A hand gently took his. Luigi looked up at him. If you want me to stay with you, I'm willing to do so, he said. Bowser squeezed his hand, more to keep himself together than a sign of acceptance. I wouldn't mind, he replied. What's going on with Peach? I wish I knew. Luigi drifted off for a moment before coming back. I've been looking into the Mushroom Kingdom side of things. I've noticed that their side of things is not cohesive. Hell, even the passing of the rulers was falsified. His words were true, for they aligned with his own discoveries. During his fight with Daisy, the princess had revealed the true fate of the queen. I know this word. Seraphina and King Agricus?
We'll go with that. We'll go with that.
The false pretenses that they were under. But Bowser couldn't understand why Princess Peach would lie to her kingdom about the true cause of the death of their rulers. However, he decided to push that away for the moment. It would be answered at the trial. Everything would be answered. Right now, he wants to focus on the preparations as well as his mother's arrival, if things go according to plan. So, what do we do now? Luigi asked. Bowser exhaled smoke. Let's get back to the airships. We can inform Kamek of what you discovered. Plus, he can fix that cut on your arm, he responded. Luigi let go of him, gingerly touching his injury. He had almost forgotten about it. The human returned his attention back to Bowser. And your mother? Princess Daisy will be at the helm of the rescue. I'm still technically completing my sentence, so I won't be able to leave. Luigi nodded, albeit sadly. The two continued their way out of the palace, still hand in hand. Oh my god, shit! They made it through the complex hallways of Daisy's castle and out into the town. Bowser felt Luigi squeeze his hand again. Peach has my journal. Do you think I'll be safe? He asked. If she comes after you, there's no chance in hell I'll let her get to you without a fight. I'm gonna kill myself, Joline. Joline, this is a fucking beautiful story. I'm glad
you're invested.
I am. I get excited whenever it pops up on the wheel. Because I'm like, I need more lore. I need to know what's going on.
It's just amazing, show-stopping, astounding.
It's cinema. It's absolute cinema, Joline. I'm so glad you found this.
I'm so good at looking at things.
You are, and I'm so happy that you have taste.
Thank you.
You have better taste than me. I mean, look at my profile, man.
Look, I mean, I'm sure other people like Vox.
Not even about the terror thing.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna bring it up.
I know there's other people out there that like Vox. I'm on Twitter.
I'm sure you are.
I sure am. I've seen things.
I'm sure you
the
have.
thing I told you about on Cracker Barrel.
Are we not going to talk about the way to Cracker Barrel?
No.
When I was the trenches, Pookie.
It wasn't even the trenches. We just didn't know what kind of vegetables I've eaten. All right.
Oh, not that. I literally talked to my mom about it, and then I talked to my sister about it. I literally the look. My sister had a look, which is what I imagined what I looked like at Cracker Barrel.
Disbelief and astonishment.
Just literally disbelief and terror. Like, the fuck you mean you don't eat vegetables?
All I said was the broccoli on your page looked hella good. That's all I said.
Jesus Christ.
Anyway, Joline, you know what it's time for?
The wheel.
The wheel.
The wheel.
Alright, I prepared another wheel.
I'm scared.
Please let me tarot. I need something. Please.
Dude, since it's the end of the year, should we, like, do some end-of-year cleaning?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just, like, take a couple options off the wheel, you know?
I don't remember what Always a Dance With You is. Do you know?
That was, like, the Echo Jinx one. I don't even know if we really vibed with that one. I think I remember the writing was good, but it's like, we don't read. Yeah. I was like, we don't read a lot of it. And that means we could take off a couple.
Okay, listen. We're almost done with Soul to a Gang Leader, alright? It has literally one more. We're not taking Terror off the wheel. We can take Danger off of V3 off the wheel. Just until we find a ship.
I didn't hear a word you just said. I was too busy crying.
I said we're not taking Terror off the wheel, and then I think that's when you started crying. Well, we're almost done with Soul to a Gang Leader, so if we read it one more time, it's done forever. But I'm also saying we could get rid of the V3 one until we find a ship that we like.
Oh, gotcha. I thought we were going to decide a ship last minute.
Yeah, well, just in case.
Oh, that is true. We should have a separate wheel of ships we could spin for. It's gonna be like Shuichi and then like literally every fucking V3 member.
Basically.
Shuichi and Kaede! Shuichi and Kaido! Shuichi and Shuichi!
Did you say Suichi and Suichi?
Fuck, I said Shuichi and...
Kokichi?
What's his name? Kokichi, there we go.
Yeah, that one's a popular one.
That is a popular one.
Alright, let's spin and find out. What? Fuck it, ballin'.
I'm so scared.
Please,
I'm scared.
Please. I'm
scared.
I'm closing my eyes.
Dude, if it's terrible, that recording is gonna be like 20 minutes.
What do you mean 20 minutes? Let me have this, please.
It's gonna be like a ficklet.
Did we fucking spin this for 20 fucking minutes?
Oh, we did do it.
It's probably 60 minutes.
It might be. I might. Ooh. Ah! Ah!
You're hyperventilating. Please let me Wattpad.
It's blowing up the damn wheel. Come on.
Dude, quit blowing the wheel. Stay. We did it. Bowluigi's back.
I feel like my reactions for that were too visceral.
Dude, you were blowing the fucking wheel.
I had to make sure it moved a little more.
Yeah, it was at 60 seconds. Let me put this shit back down to, like, I'll put it to 12 for future.
No!
Yes.
I liked how much.
Listen, whenever I record with Lego, that shit spins for 60 seconds. I can't do that with another person.
You have the attention span of a grape.
Hey, shut up. I eat grapes! Stop using fruits against me.
I was literally looking at him just like, I bet this hoe never had a radish.
No, why the fuck would I eat a radish? Joline, I'm being dead ass. I've never had a radish before. Okay,
Yeah.
Joline, let's just be honest. Why the fuck would I ever eat a radish?
I don't know, maybe you like vegetables.
Oh my god. I do like vegetables. I just
Yeah,
said I
I'm
don't
sure
eat
you
them.
like your lettuce. Like a damn rabbit.
So mean to me.
But you never had a turnip. Do you even know what a turnip? Have you seen a turnip before?
No! Stop speaking witch to me.
A beet?
I'm waiting.
Cookie, tell me you know what a beet is.
It's a type of radish, right?
No.
Okay, then
A
I
beet
don't
is
know.
not a radish. I'm pretty sure, I'm 99% sure a beet is not a radish.
Did the beak go off?
No.
Okay. I feel like after this recording ends, you're just gonna bully me for 20 minutes straight.
I am.
It's not that bad, Joline! It's in my New Year's resolutions to be better at eating.
You've had chickpeas, right?
No. I've had them. Not a lot, though, but like...
Okay, I mean you've had them though.
Yeah.
So that counts for something. Like I'm not asking you if you eat like hominy on a daily basis, you know?
I feel like I'm being judged. Like, I'm under a microscope right now.
Look, I was raised with an advanced palate. Not really advanced palate, but with a diverse palate. I'm very surprised that you haven't had a radish. Or that you haven't had a pear before. I literally just got pears today. You said you don't fuck with pears.
Okay, I've eaten them in my past life, but like, I wouldn't
In
go
a
out of my
past
way
life does not count! You told me yesterday that you haven't eaten a pear. Why would I want a pear?
Yeah,
says the bird.
No, like,
pears are mid. What do you mean?
They are mid, and I'm sticking by that.
I hope some pear enthusiast takes a hit on you. And by takes a hit, I mean like serves you like a pear secretly, and you don't even know.
It's like there's like this streamer dude that like it's this. Oh, I activated my printer. I did not mean to do that. Anyway.
What are you printing?
Oh, actually, it's a message from you. It says, "Eat more vegetables, bitch." A little mean.
That sounds about right.
Yeah. But yeah, it's like anyone that like streams outside and like does the vlogging thing, some man will come up with a Dr. Pepper and give it to them and then disappear into the crowd. I'm gonna have that happen. I'm gonna start vlogging in public when I get popular, and I'm gonna have fucking people give me fucking pears.
Fucking vegetables.
Oh my god, I eat vegetables!
I'm sure you do. You have your lettuce in your occasion. Do you eat cucumber? You had a cucumber before?
I'm not having this conversation with you anymore. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. There's a playlist. There's a video on screen. You should watch that. And disclaimer, I eat my vegetables, I promise.
Sure.
Wow, okay. I've had cucumbers. I've had a lot of vegetables. I just haven't been really good about
a lot of vegetables. Hasn't had a radish. Hasn't had a beet.
Did the beet go off? Anyway.
You and your freaking beet go off.
Sorry. Anyway, Jolene, you have any final words that isn't about vegetables or fruit?
Make sure to get your nutrients in via great means.
Okay.
Get nutrientized. I don't know. What the fucking get nutrients.
Don't be like the bird. Eat things.
Eat things.
Have a balanced diet, unlike the bird.
Jesus.
Anyway, my name is Phoenix, that was Jolene, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.
Bye.